Hey double jumpers, what's up? Today we're doing something pretty awesome. I'm meeting a celebrity and it's pretty sweet. You probably don't know him, but you definitely know his voice. Yakko from Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Carl from Jimmy Neutron, and Mighty Max from Mighty Max. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be seeing a man, the legend, my childhood, Rob Paulsen.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Yakko Warner.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, and French Guiana, Barbados, and Guam. Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland and Germany now in one piece. Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey and Greece. Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman. Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium and Portugal, France, England, Denmark and Spain.
Get a little more complex.
India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria,
Ghana. This is hard.
Bhutan, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Nigeria, Chad and Liberia, Egypt, and Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya and Mali, Sierra Leone and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Ghana, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea, Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Majorca, Yemen, Hong Kong, Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Mauritania, then Pennsylvania, Morocco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan.
That is our show for today, so everybody please welcome Rob Paulsen.
We've already sort of introduced ourselves to each other. I will do exactly what Rob suggested, and that is talk a bit about how I got here. I got here in a car, but how I got to this place in my career. And first of all, I'd like you to all, with the exception of the few of us who are firmly ensconced in middle age, I'd like to have you please, by extension, thank all of your parents for me and the rest of the Turtles for putting braces on my kids' teeth and buying all those action figures. It was clear to me that I had no business making any money, or even trying to make any money in the hockey business, unless it was selling hockey equipment. So my next deepest, biggest passion was performing. And my mother and father were both involved in music and community theater, so they would encourage me and my siblings to perform. And that's what we did. I remember as a kid, not only listening to cartoons like most of you guys, but I took it probably a little further and started doing goofy voices and dialects, and I knew that I was a singer. And my parents were instrumental in that development for a couple of reasons. And we were talking about, I used to go see shows at the Silverdome, Led Zeppelin and The Who and Jethro Tull and Bob Dylan and Elton John. And my parents were like, okay, this is great. You can listen to, and I was in a lot of rock and roll bands, you can listen to and perform as much rock music as you like, but you also have to listen to Prokofiev and Shostakovich and Rachmaninoff and Debussy. And so I have a deep appreciation for classical music as well. So my deepest performing level, my biggest background is in music. So consequently, I had kind of a musical ear and began doing, my impressions of different characters and dialects. Listened to a lot of the Pythons when I was a kid. When I wasn't playing hockey, I was probably spending too much time in my room listening to Peter Sellers or the Pythons or the Goon Show, a fan of a lot of British humor. And then once I graduated from high school at Grand Blanc High School, I went to the University of Michigan Flint campus for about 47 and a half minutes. And I remember clearly coming home to my parents saying, you know what, I got to tell you, I am wasting your money and my time because I'm going to be in the moving picture business. Now, when you're 22 and you're moving to Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or wherever you want to go to perform, to practice your craft, it's, it's a little scary, but it's more of a big adventure. Because frankly, and I mean this with all due respect, you're kind of too stupid to be afraid. You know what I mean? And that's not because I was too. Ask my wife, I'm still really stupid. But the truth is that you're not encumbered by all the stuff that you've experienced in life, say when you're 35 or 40. You don't freak out about taxes. You don't freak out about, you know, the braces or making sure you make the mortgage payment. So it's a great time to go do things like that. And I encourage young actors, if they decide they want to explore that avenue for themselves, do it when you're young. Do it when you just get out of college. Do it when you feel, if you don't go to college and you decide to, as I did, you know, have practical experience, it's a good time to explore that because you still have time to say, nah, this really isn't for me, and go back and be a CPA or a dentist or a doctor or a teacher. But if you're going to do it, the best time to do it, in my view, is like I did when I was young. Because if you're going to, I don't want you to ever get to a point where you say, I wish I had done this. Why didn't I do that? You know? My favorite role, well, you know, the pat answer really truly is my next one. Because that means I'm working, right? Yeah, I presume you mean the role of which I've already essayed. It's a tough call because I have been really lucky. I mean, Nancy has done Bart for years, and Danny's done Homer, and Jim Cummings has done Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. But I've been really lucky. I've been able to do 4 or, you know, Donatello, if it's as big as we hope it will be the next. I've done 4 or 5 fairly iconic characters. I've been incredibly fortunate. So I would probably have to say Pinky because I did win an Emmy. Oh, it makes you happy. Oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't say something else. She's not a gun. I think it would probably have to be Pinky because I did. I won an Emmy for that. It was a fantastic role. And, I mean, come on. I got to work with Maurice LaMarche, and I'm going to see him this week. Guys, by the way, if you're not doing anything this weekend, from here I go to Seattle for the Emerald City Con. So come to Seattle. Check out the voice panel. It's going to be Maurice, myself, Jess Harnell, John DiMaggio, Billy West, Tara Strong, and Kevin Conroy. How about that? Who, by the way, is an incredibly handsome guy. Really. He looks like Batman, right? Well, and what's your name, sir?
Garrett.
Jarrett? Thank you very much, Jarrett. I'm sorry?
Oh, it's Garrett.
Oh, Garrett. I'm sorry. Well, see, I'm cutting out, so pretty good. That's up with the guy in the booth. It happens a lot when we get a new recording engineer. They say, Mr. Paulsen, I'm Rob. Oh, Rob, guys, kid's a big fan, right? And so, could you give me a level? Say, sure. What's your name? Jason. Yeah, Jason. So, ecking 1, 2. Headphones. Fucking happens at Hanna-Barbera. Emmett. Sorry, Mr. Paulsen. My point is that in kind of keeping to your question, Eric, is that Luke, sorry, is that it's been a wonderful experience, and not better but different, and very creative. So I'm really lucky to get another crack at this, and I'm anxious to see how the ride goes for the next couple of years. So it'll be fun. Anybody, another question?
Hey, as Steve would say with me if he were here with me in the water tower, good night, everybody!
Thank you.